He's Kirk Cousins, the former Michigan State quarterback, joining us on the program, back on the program. How'd you do at the Combine or your workout or whatever you did for these teams?
Well, it went very well. It was a stressful, jam-packed 4 days, but I thought it was a good 4 days and came away from it feeling pretty good about the work that I'd done.
Strangest question they ask you?
Strangest question. I took a few psychology tests where they asked me if I am more of a dog person or a cat person.
And you responded?
I'm a dog guy all the way. I like dogs.
Is there a wrong answer?
I don't know. I mean, you can analyze it every which way and try to figure it out, but at the end of the day, I think you just got to be true to yourself and hope that a team likes that.
If I took out the let's say I based everything on the Wonderlic test, that I didn't look at any game film, would I be able to assess who's a good football player and who's not?
I don't think so. I think that, it's been documented certain players in past years who have had low Wonderlic scores, but at the end of the day, it's about being a football player, and I think that with the amount of money they're investing in guys, they have every right to analyze it all different kinds of ways, but at the end of the day, you got to go back to the tape and you got to watch a guy playing football. Rank
the top 5 quarterbacks in this draft.
Well, I think it's pretty clear. You got Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin III. I think Ryan Tannehill and Brandon Weeden should be in there, and then I put myself in there.
You put Tannehill and Weeden ahead of you?
It's hard to say. I haven't really evaluated their film, and I have been around them and thrown around them. I think we all throw the ball pretty well. And we're all hard workers. We're all smart guys. I think there's more similarities there than differences, but I think we all belong in the discussion there, yeah.
Yeah, but Kirk, here's the thing. You're looking at Tannehill, and he's the object of desire. He may go 3 overall. He hadn't played, 19 games at quarterback. What does he do that everybody's fallen in love with?
Well, I think much like in past years, the guy who's really tall, really athletic, can make athletic plays and really create when things break down. I think that's attractive. And in past years, those guys tend to go high in the draft. I mean, if you look last year at Jake Locker going very high, he's an athletic guy. Christian Ponder's very athletic, went much higher than people thought. And I think sometimes that's attractive to people, and certainly I think that's the case with Ryan. He's an athletic guy, a former wide receiver who can make a lot of plays on the run.
Odds are that we'll have Robert Griffin III or Andrew Luck. One will not be successful. At least that's the track record. If you were going to handicap those two. And I know right team for the right quarterback also helps there. But could you choose between those two if you had the number 1 pick? Who would you go with?
Well, I'll say if I'm the Colts, I'm going to take Luck. Again, I haven't watched a whole lot of Griffin's games this past year. I've been able to follow Luck much longer because of how much he's been covered over the past couple of years. But when you look at what he has done with Stanford and where he's taken them, and the way the amount that was put on him and what he'll have to handle in NFL offense, I think it's a safer pick. And in talking with Andrew at the different camps I've been to, I feel like as a person, he understands what he's got to do, and he's going to do all that he needs to do to become a great player in the NFL.
It's Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State quarterback, joining us for the Dan Patrick Show. Do you know if there were bounties or incentives in college football?
Well, we don't have the money to be doing that, but certainly we're going to play physical, and I know defenses are coming after quarterbacks. I mean, I wasn't surprised to see that there were incentives for coming after quarterbacks or trying to knock guys out of the game, but at the same time, as more surfaced, there was a little bit more of a malicious intent there than I think that most teams would have when it comes to trying to be physical.
Supposed to visit the Broncos this week?
Yeah, I just got back from Denver. I was there all day yesterday. It was a quick trip. Got in yesterday and then came back late last night, and it was a good visit.
Did you meet Peyton?
I did, yeah. I had met Peyton last summer at his camp that he has every summer with Eli and his dad and his other brother Cooper, and met him for the first time there, but then just quickly said hello to him in the training room yesterday at the facility.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. He's kind of a rock star, so I didn't want to bother him, and as we left the facility later that day, he was still in there watching film, and there were probably 8 to 10 guys standing outside of the gates of the facility waiting for him to leave so they can get his autograph. So he's kind of a big deal.
Did you call him Mr. Manning?
I called him Peyton. I wasn't quite sure which way to go on that. And when I was in college, I tended to use the Mr. tag more. And now that I'm starting to move into pro sports, I'm going to start calling people by their first name, if you're okay with that, Dan.
I think I'd prefer Mr. Patrick right now. Let me see where you're drafted, Kirk.
Okay.
I mean, if you go higher than second round, I think it's Mr. Patrick.
Okay, Mr. Patrick it is. By the way, Mr. Patrick, how is your groin?
My groin's fine. How's yours?
It's never been better.
Yeah. Have you ever had a groin injury?
Knock on wood, I have not.
Maybe a better expression than that, but okay, that's good. I wish you luck. And how's the singing? You had any more requests to sing?
You know, I haven't had any opportunities. You're really the guy who's been my chance to get a recording deal, but no one's called based off of what I did last time.
Well, you gave me Friday. Have you expanded your repertoire?
You know, the only thing I've sung since that is probably Happy Birthday at a couple of birthday parties.
For those who missed it, Seton, do you have Kirk with Friday?
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Do you think that'll help or hurt you on draft day?
Well, that's a good question. I think it depends on the coach. I don't think Coach Belichick of the Patriots cares too much for my singing, but maybe a Rex Ryan would like it. Who knows?
Hey, good luck. We'll be following you. We'll talk to you soon, Kirk.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Patrick.
All right. Kirk Cousins, Michigan State quarterback.